We shall.
Okay. So we go to paper 2. Please read.
The shop,
Yes.
Thomas worked for 30 years as a manager of a factory. Although he was very good at his job, he was recently made redundant. Thomas always wanted to open a shop. He thinks he has the qualities an entrepreneur is likely to need for success. He has undertaken some primary market research to identify possible opportunities in City X where he lives. Thomas now needs to make a decision about which type of shop to open. He has used the data in figure 1.1 and some secondary market research to identify 2 options. Option 1, coffee shop. The coffee shop will provide hot drinks that customers could take away and drink elsewhere. It will also sell some bakery items such as biscuits and donuts. There are 4 other shops selling takeaway hot drinks and bakery items in the city, as well as 5 cafes. Thomas thinks that a profit margin would be 6% to 8%. Option 2, sandwich shop. The sandwich shop would make sandwiches using job prediction. Customers can choose from a range of sandwiches, fillings, as well as cold drinks and snacks. There's only one competitor in the city. It is a well-known international franchise that spends a lot of money on promotion. Thomas thinks that a profit margin would be 10% to 15%. A, define the term redundant.
So those are the options. We're going to go back to that later on. So the first point is redundancy. So what is redundancy? Redundancy means you're surplus to requirements. It means your service is no longer needed within the organization. You're not sacked, but you don't have any job anymore.
Yeah.
So you'll be paid redundancy fee or payments. Okay. So redundancy means surplus to requirements. So we go to question 2. Figure 2.
Explain the term primary market research.
We call it primary market research because the research is carried out by the business itself and it is first-hand.
Okay. We go for B.
Yeah.
Refer to figure 1.1 and calculate the number of respondents who think a coffee shop would be most successful on Main Street.
For coffee shop, we go back to the pie chart. We have 15%, right?
Yep.
And the total number of samples were 160 shoppers. Why? So we have 15 divided by 160, 15 over 100 multiplied by 160. So that gives us 15 multiplied by 160 is 2,400. Divided by 100, that's 24.
Okay. We go for 2, explain 2 limitations of the sampling used by Thomas.
So the sample used by Thomas, the first thing is that they said it's only 160 shoppers. So how can you use 160 shoppers to take decision about almost a whole market? It's difficult. That's a problem. You use 160 shoppers. It might not be enough to make decision. Such as that's the first one. The second point is that the research was done on Friday, 20th of December, 2019. Just one day. So how you judge a research? How do you make a research of one day to judge a whole year?
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Very clear. See, analyze 2 qualities that Thomas will need to be a successful entrepreneur.
So for an entrepreneur, with an entrepreneur, an individual who takes the risk to set up a business, right?
Yeah.
In the course of making profit.
Yeah.
So what are the qualities you need to have to become an entrepreneur? Number 1, risk taking. You have to take risk. So Thomas has to be a risk taker to set up a business. So if you want to really be successful, you have to take that risk. That's the first one. The second point is being an hard worker. So Thomas has to be an hard worker. And how can you be an hard worker? You have to spend more time in your business and always be punctual.
Clear. We go for D. Recommend which of the 2 options Thomas could choose for his new job. Justify your recommendation. So
I choose option 1. So let's go back to option 1. For option 1, the first thing is that it hits the market. They said the coffee shop would provide all drinks that customers could take away and drink elsewhere. It will also sell some bakery items, such as biscuits and donuts. There are 4 other shops selling takeaway all drinks and bakery items in the city, as well as 5 cafes. Thomas thinks that the profit margin would be 6% to 8%. So let's analyze this. Making a coffee shop, like the coffee shop, yes, sorry. For the coffee shop, the first point is that it's targeting 2 market segments there. Those are going to be buying, those in the bakery and those are taking coffee. So you are hitting 2 targets at the same time, which means you're going to have more revenue. That's the first point. So I said it's 2 of the segments, which means it can sell more because you're having 2 potential customers there, different customers. That's the first point. The second point is that there's a synergy, which means half is becoming 1. It's better than 1 a whole, like two are becoming one. It's better than one trying to do everything itself.
Yeah.
So there's a synergy. And what's the synergy here? Those that are buying those that are buying coffee might also wants to buy biscuits or donuts and the rest.
Yeah.
So he's having two markets in one.
Mm-hmm.
You get the point, yeah? So the third point is that the problem about having a coffee shop is that, one, the profit margin is lower to that of sandwich shop. It has 6% to 8%, and sandwich has 10% to 15%. So it has a low profit margin.
Yeah.
That's the third point. And the fourth point is high competition, because here they said there are 4 other shops selling takeaway hot drinks and bakery items in the city. So that's competition. So it's more competitive than the sandwich business.
Clear.
Any questions about that?
Mm-hmm.
So go to question.
No, the question 2.
Yes.
Market solution. MS is a public limited company in tertiary sector. MS advises businesses on elements of the marketing mix. Most of its customers are small businesses who cannot afford their own marketing department. MS designs marketing materials for these businesses to use. Although MS uses computer-aided design, CAD, the business is labor intensive. MS employs specialist marketing workers as well as administrative support workers. Table 2.1 shows some data about employees of MS. MS has recently employed Hetty as the new human resources manager. Hetty thinks that the ideas of the motivational theorists are important when managing employees. She is particularly worried about the labor turnover of the administrative support workers. MS has recently taken on a new customer named Books Outlet. BO has an objective to increase its revenue by targeting a younger market segment. BO has provided MS with the following information about its current marketing mix. We'll go for question A. Define the term tertiary sector.
Tertiary sector is a business that sells services.
Done.
Clear, right?
Yep. 2. Explain the term performance-related pay.
We call it performance-related pay because the additional fund you get from this is through the effort you put into the job.
Clear.
That means you get paid based on the
What
output
you do,
with effort you put into the job. So I wrote, this means that this is linked to the output that the worker produces.
The payment is related to your performance.
Yes.
The main thing is in the word itself.
Yeah, thank you.
B. Refer to table 2.1. Calculate the difference between the labor turnover of the specialist marketing workers and the labor turnover of the administrative support workers.
So we go back to the table.
Okay.
So the labor turnover is, remember we said labor turnover is the number of workers, the total number of workers who left divided by the number of workers they have multiplied by 100. That's labor turnover. The numbers of workers who left divided by the numbers of workers available multiplied by 100. So here for the specialist marketing workers, we have 2 divided by 40 multiplied by 100. That's 5%.
Yeah.
And for the administrative workers, we have 11 divided by 88 multiplied by 100, which is 12.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go for 2. Analyze how Hetty could use the ideas of 2 motivational theorists to reduce the labor turnover of the administrative support workers.
First, I talked about Herzberg. For Herzberg, we have the 2 factors theory, which talked about motivators and hygiene.
Okay.
So for the hygiene side now, look at what they said about hygiene here. Let's go back to up here. Yeah, main hygiene factors are pay and flexible hours of work. But there are other hygiene factors that are important, that will make workers to be happy, like holiday. Do they have enough holiday? It's not written there that they have a lot of holidays. So if they don't have holidays, this might demotivate them, and that might make them to want to leave.
Yeah.
They don't have restaurants here. They don't talk about having a restaurant here. So if workers don't have restaurants that they would really want to have, time, and this might get them demotivated and leave the work.
Clear.
Then we go to Taylor.
Okay.
Taylor's ideology. Taylor's ideology is the scientific management, which talks about money. That money is the main motivator. So based on what we have here, those that left the work were the administrative support. 12.5% of them left. Why do they leave? They left because they might leave because the average pay compared to the national pay. Look at the third line, the fourth table. Average pay compared to national average. Do you see it there?
Yes.
So it's low. So they might be leaving the company because of low pay.
I see.
Is it clear?
Yes. We go for C.
Yes, please.
Explain one possible advantages to MS of being labor intensive.
First, you have to define what labor intensive is. Labor intensive is an operation
Okay.
operational method that
Mhm.
involves using more workers
Mhm.
for the production and few machines.
Oh, okay.
That means investment is more on workers than machine.
Mhm.
So the advantage of using labor intensive is that workers are flexible, so they can adjust to different market situation.
Okay.
That's the first one. Two, you can talk about workers can be trained.
Mm.
They have skills.
Mhm. Yes.
So I think it's clear. The third one.
Yeah, it's very clear. The Gulfport DBO has an objective to increase its revenue by targeting a younger market segment. Recommend how. Oh, they want lines. Okay. Recommend how BO should change its marketing mix to achieve this objective. Just to justify your recommendation.
So first, we have to talk about marketing mix, which is price, place, promotion, and products.
Okay.
So go back up where we have the product, the price, the promotion, and place. So we're going to talk about this thing because we are talking about adjustments now. Right. So the first one I'm going to talk about here is price. They said
Price.
BO uses price skimming. Price skimming means you're charging higher price
Mhm.
for a new product.
Okay.
This might not be useful, or this might not be useful for younger customers because they don't have high income.
Yeah.
Do you get the point?
Yes.
So BO should try to use price penetrating pricing.
Yeah.
Charge a lower price, at least for now, to gain more
Yes,
attraction. And do you get the point?
Yeah.
So that's how BO could change its marketing mix of price.
Yeah.
The second point is about products. It's a books aimed to customers who are 30 years and older. Specialist books on many topics. Often the only seller in the area. So BO should start talking with younger
Customers.
with books that are readable for young customers,
Yeah.
not older than 30. Do you get the point
Age
there?
discrimination.
No, it's not about age discrimination.
They're selling only for 30 years and
Yeah.
older.
They are selling, not employing, so it's not age discrimination.
Oh, so
We call this market segments.
okay.
It's market segment, not discrimination.
So discriminations only happens with the
Employment. Yeah.
Okay.
It's an employment, we call it rule or legislative problems in employment.
Yeah.
So it's not, here is market segment. You're
Market
targeting,
segment.
you are producing based on customers' characteristics.
Clear.
So it's just like when you say syrups are for kids
Mhm.
and tablets are for older ones. You say,
Yeah.
is it discrimination?
No.
So it's the same as this.
Market segment.
It's segment. Thank you.
Okay.
So the last point is about promotion now.
Mhm.
Window display, local newspaper advertising, they are fine, yes. But younger customers would want online.
Okay.
So yeah, I said the current below line promotion, this is below line promotion, which is fine, but it could use social media like the internet, like Facebook account, because you have younger customers through those media. You can target them.
Yeah.
They go to place. A retail shop outlet is fine. Postal service is also fine, but you should start thinking about online, selling online.
Mhm.
So here I wrote, the retail outlets are good, but it could develop an online presence for the younger audience. Clear, right?
Very clear.
Any questions?
Sure, no.
Okay.
So this is business.